Hello, and welcome to Liberty Asia's tutorial video on how to create or enter a person's record into the VCMS. We'll start here on our homepage as if we've just logged into the system. For many of our NGO partners, the first process in using the VCMS is entering all of the clients they're currently working with. To do that, we'll navigate here to the People tab. And on the People tab, you can find your contact base. It's your address book. So if you view here, you can go to the view record list, and you can select different types of people to view. So perhaps you want to view all of your clients in the system. You can do so by selecting that. There are 4 different types of people who you can enter into the VCMS. The first would be an alleged perpetrator. The second would be a client or the victim themselves. You can enter a resource or an other. So this would be perhaps a point of contact for reintegration, or a lawyer who often works on the legal side of cases for you. The last record type would also be for a family member of the client or the victim. So to create a new record in the system for a person who has not been entered, perhaps for a new client who's just seeking your services, we'll go here to the New button. Again, you're asked to select the type of person that you're entering. So for this instance, let's enter a victim, a client. We'll hit continue, and this will bring us to the person's form, the record for this person. So anything with a red line, the system asks it's mandatory to be filled in order to save this record. So we'll start here by creating our test person. We'll assign them a gender. And then we're asked other basic demographic information. So this has nothing to do yet with services per se that the organization is providing. This is just the background information to collect on the person. So we're asked about a birth date. If you click on the birth date field, you notice that a calendar pops up. Please don't use the pop-up. We ask that you just actually type in the birth date if known. We can then select if this age is verified. If you don't know the birth date, you can also enter the approximate age in this field here. For the organization name field, don't worry about this one. We have it set up in the system where this will automatically assign this person to the NGO that you are assigned to, that you work for. We can enter any contact details, again, phone, email, some address information for the person, a little bit of background on their immigration status. So perhaps for their country of origin, perhaps this person is from Thailand. You can go down and select a region, maybe they're from Krabi. I can also put in a sub-region, so this could be a village name, a city name, any other very local information that's known. I can record some details about their birthplace. I can say whether or not they're designated a citizen in the country of origin. And again, here is just getting a little bit more background information, a marital status on this person. Perhaps this one's married. They have 2 children. They are of the Thai ethnicity. I can say whether or not the person has actually experienced trafficking before. So perhaps this is a re-trafficking event and they're coming to me for the second time. I'm asked a little bit of information about the documentation that the person has on them. So perhaps I know that this person has a passport. If I know the number at the time, I can go back in and enter it. If not, any other information that's not known at the time, I can always go back in and update this record. So if this person is presenting with a passport, I'm then asked about that documentation status. So is this actually their own passport? Were they given fake documents, etc.? Let's say perhaps this one, it actually looks like it's been tampered with a little bit. If any other documentation has been removed, so perhaps say they also had another form of identification, but it was taken by their employer, I can say this and give a little bit of reasoning then about why that ID isn't available. Moving on here, we're asked about language efficiency. So here I can say, maybe perhaps they're fluent in this language and proficient verbally in another one. A little bit about education background. So again, this isn't any educational services that your NGO may or may not be providing to this person. This is when they present to you at first, what's their educational background. So perhaps this one, you received some formal education, maybe up until the lower secondary education. Any other notes, I can say, he graduated at grade 7, but then didn't continue. We're asked then about some family information. So here again, some information about the parents' marital status. Perhaps the parents are divorced, but both parents are alive. And then we're asked about some occupation details for the parents. So I can say the father, maybe the father is involved in agriculture and construction. And the mother is also involved in agriculture, and perhaps she's also in education. If any other details are known about the actual specifics of those jobs, I can go ahead and enter them here. So perhaps it came out in the interview that the farmer, the parents are cattle farmers and just a general construction laborer. And here I can say the mother is also a cattle farmer, and she's maybe like a 4th grade teacher here. I have a large text box to record any other family information, number of family members, religion, if any information is known about their household income, what they're currently making. And then here I can denote whether or not there have been any other trafficking incidences in the household. So have the siblings perhaps experienced trafficking? Is the family somehow involved in either the trafficking of those siblings or the victim's own trafficking? We end here with a little bit about the emergency contact. So who should we contact in case of emergency? What's their phone number? And then any appearance notes or description that you'd like to add. To submit the record or save it into the VCMS, we simply hit the Save button. And then this will now bring us to our completed record. So again, I'll see all the details that I just entered for this person. If any of this information changes or more information comes to light in, let's say, tomorrow or 2 months from now, I can always go back and click Edit. Lastly here, when we scroll down, we'll see a Google Maps integration of the VCMS. This particular map is asking us to input information about the client's origin. So again, we've said here that the person is from Thailand, from the Krabi province. If no other information is known about that, I can simply enter as much information as that is known. The system will automatically assign a PIN according to whichever province or country I've entered here. If I know any other information, so let's say I know they're from Krabi, and they said they grew up around this cave area. I can simply drag and drop and click to the pin to where I'd like it to be on the map. I can go Save New Location, and once I see this red text, all I have to do is hit refresh. And now that's allowed me to actually save a geolocational marker, a visual marker for where this person is from. So when I scroll out now, I know that that's this victim's hometown. Okay, thank you very much.